Sideline of ball. Lakewood are doing it. They're going to take. He's going to bring down Burning. Alone with a double kill. Dropping fast. Monopoint's there. He's still alive. Wait, second slide. He's going one side. He's going a second. He's taking it. Oh my God. On three. They're all dead.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Summit to America by G2A.com. We've got elimination today. 2 more best-of-3s in the playoffs. We're here in day 2. We've got Leviathan versus Navi US. I'm Zyori, joined by Big Bad Ben Wu today.
Hello.
What's up, sir?
Who are you rooting for?
Who am I rooting for? I'm rooting for good Dota because I'm an unbiased caster, Ben.
Wow.
See, it was a trick question, and I nailed it. Who are you rooting for?
Navi US. I'm friends with Fog.
All right, well.
I want him here.
He was chatting up Ush in the lobby before we started.
Dude would not stop croning me, so I cursed at him.
I gave him the ultimate bad treatment. Profanity.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Leviathan versus Navi US. Realistically, what do you think the odds are here? Navi US in a state of flux. They've got Arise, Way 2, and Ush with Fogged and Korok today. Leviathan, the wild card team. Shredder's skipping class to make it today, so they need a win here. Make it count.
Navi, they've had some big wins recently. They beat Tinker, which I think is fairly impressive for an NA team, and they've also beaten some other like Tier 1 teams, I'd say. But at the same time, they're in the losers bracket, so I have no idea what to expect with them. Well, Leviathan's very consistent. On the other hand, they usually don't get stomped. They stomp the lower tier opponents.
Yeah.
Like their 5-man. We'll see.
All right. Well, let's look at this draft and see what's going on in here. Whoops, that would be the in-game. Well, I broke OBS. Okay. Well, we'll talk about it in a minute. The Jenkins Pudge is something that I wanted to mention here because, as you'll see momentarily, it's not banned out, and that's something they like to do.
They're not scared, dude.
They're not scared. Well, maybe they should be. The Jenkins Pudge is scary because it's so unpredictable. You don't know where he's going to lane it. Sometimes he'll go off lane. Sometimes he'll go safe lane. Sometimes he'll just roam around and farm in the jungle. You don't know what he's going to do.
Maybe Navi US will take it.
Maybe.
What's up?
Maybe. Who's their Pudge player? Whoa, okay. They go back to their roots here. Navi US with the Wisp Tiny third and fourth pick. This
I like
is exciting.
Why does Brew get to third or get past the first pick too? I think Brew's like almost always first pick.
I know you have a hard on for Brew. Not everybody agrees with you, Merlini. Unfortunately.
Well, I'm just saying that's how trends go. It's not necessarily my opinion on it.
Where do you think? Do you think Brew's a solid second pick? I mean,
He's a very solid second pick.
Yeah,
I think he's value second
10
pick.
seconds remaining.
Generally banned, unless you don't have an amazing Brew player. But from what I see,
5 seconds remaining.
Utilize Brew very well, well enough to the point where you either ban it or take it.
Well, Leviathan, they won the toss, and they were the ones to take first pick here, and Radiant was chosen by Navi US. First pick feels pretty strong here in this patch. I think it's got a pretty good advantage over second pick, speaking in numbers, win rate-wise. But they grabbed the Faceless Void first, Tidehunter, Skywrath for Navi US. So denying the Skywrath, and there's that Tidehunter, man. That sea cucumber, the water. Everyone's loving the watermelon.
Why not, man? What's not to like?
I know it's good. I'm happy. I like seeing Ravages, man.
Screen wide stun.
Yeah. Now yesterday we saw Korok play a lot of Ravage yesterday. He did play a lot of Ravage yesterday, but not the best Tide performance we've seen. He got shut down really hard, especially I think in their first game where he was such a liability. He didn't get his Blink Dagger until a decent time, and the other team just dodged him. You know, it's sort of like what we see teams do against when an Undying gets picked. Just avoid him, and what's he going to do?
Well, Tidehunter is not Korok's cup of tea either. He likes playing the fighters that aren't ulti dependent, which is like Morphling, Tiny, Templar Assassin, those kind of heroes. So I don't really think he does well around long cooldowns, just because he likes fighting all the time. So he might be playing the Tiny here. Actually, Ush plays the Tiny, right? So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. I don't know whose names I dislike more, or who takes a cake for most ridiculous names, EE or Way 2.
Leader of Tears. I had a good zinger yesterday. I said he's going to turn into a gallon of tears if this keeps up. That's a good one. Hey, I know you weren't watching, so I just wanted to share my jokes with you to make sure you were kept in the loop.
He's had some weird names. I forget. He's.
What was he the other day? He was like, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. It was something really obscure, like unicorn pancake or something. That wasn't it, but it was something really like fake animal with a weird food.
You can call him fake animal, dude?
Yeah, it's the official
10
animal of
seconds
Scotland. I'm not sure
remaining.
if you were aware, but that is the official Scottish animal. The
5
horned horse.
seconds remaining.
So Leviathan going with their tried and true mass team fight, mass
Navi
AoE,
US's turn to pick.
good high
Here
ground
comes
defense.
the 5th pick Pudge, dude. Are you ready?
I don't
Are
think
you
it's-
ready
I
for
don't
it?
think it's happening.
All right, well, we'll see. If it does happen, then
Shiver me timbers.
yes, shiver me timbers. Well, Navi US, what do they need here? They need a core. They need their safe laner, probably. I would assume they'll go mid with the Tiny Wisp. So probably, I don't know how they're going to lane
10
this or who's playing
seconds
what.
remaining.
It's been kind of all over the place. Yesterday, Korok was off lane. Ush was on the 1.
5 seconds
And
remaining.
they had Arise playing mid. They could always grab the Magnus. Arise Magnus is a thing.
Reserve time.
Rise Mag. They could.
Will he rise to the occasion?
They could Ember. I don't
Ember?
think. I don't know.
Okay, Ember.
I don't know if they'll pick Mag. Mag's I think decent here. It's just hard versus the Brewmaster. They need a lot of burst to take him down. Skywrath is pretty good though at doing it. Or
I mean, Skywrath's just good against Brew in general. That's silence, though.
yeah, but good brews will wreck good skies. I'd say.
You think so? So Brew's all about the skill cap. Is that really the
Well,
the fundamental argument with why Brew is so strong?
it's just like if you're a good player, you can be very very good with brew. Whereas, yeah, it's a low skill cap, I'd say. I mean, there are amazing things
on
you can do,
Skywrath,
though.
you mean? Low
No,
skill cap
low
on
skill
Skywrath?
cap on Brewmaster, as
Oh.
in like you only have to be
Dire
so good to
team
be
pick.
really really good with the hero.
Oh, okay.
LC.
All right. LC for Navi US.
Hmm.
Probably their safe lane farmer, I would guess.
Can
Probably
you
like
purge Yules of people? I don't actually know if you can. I don't think you can.
with press the attack, you mean?
yeah.
No, I don't believe so.
There's some weird interactions with it. Like if you're Yules and you get pudge hooked, you come out of the Yules.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean
That's
that spells
true.
weird.
But that's a weird one. That's like a
10 seconds remaining.
yeah. That spells weird. I don't know.
Can you
Press-
toss invulnerable units? You can toss Jug
5
Omni Slash. Can you
seconds
toss Yules
remaining.
units?
I don't think you can toss Yule's units.
Why am I
We would
ask-
see that
Why am I
abused.
asking you a question?
Well, we would see that
Reserve
abused.
We haven't
though.
seen Tiny in
10
forever, dude.
seconds remaining.
Forever. Someone would have done that. You,
She-
like, you're telling me
okay.
it's possible to there it is.
We're talking about tiny
Eat it.
tiny overlap with the Yules
Yeah.
with the Yules popularity, which is very minimal, I'd say.
Tiny overlap with Yules. Yeah, that's what I mean. If that was a thing, I feel like people would use Yules on Tiny and chuck people all over the place.
Well, you can just chuck people over the place anyways. Why don't you just get a blink dagger and just
Well,
toss?
exactly. So people just get the blink dagger because it works. I
Yeah,
don't.
but I don't know if it
I don't
actually
think the
works.
Yules works. I'm
You
almost
got me.
positive It doesn't.
With the pudge. Oh, dude, what is this set?
I got you. It's the actually. What is this set? This isn't. I think he mixes and matches.
Helm
He uses
of
the
Tarask. That's cool.
yeah.
Wow.
Let's see here.
I've not seen that set before.
It's mixed and matched. I don't think it's a full set. The helmet looks
he
awesome.
doesn't have a dragon claw.
He's got the Gladiator's Revenge Trident.
It's all about the dragon claw
Come on, dude.
or the scorching talon.
He's getting revenge. Look at that trident. He's got a chainsaw
Dude,
too.
he's not Slardar, man.
This is a bad. See, this is how you know it's a good Pudge player. This guy's badass. He's watched 8 Dota Cinema games. That's good. Pretty awesome.
Dude, Trident is for Slardar only. He can only hold one weapon type.
No one can touch the tridents
Just
except
like
for
Faceless Void is
Slardar.
all about the mace. I guess Elder Titan kind of has a mace too.
I don't know if I would call that thing a mace. Oh, Shredder. He's going to bump into a Rise in the jungle. They're going to make friends. Gives him a little love tap, and the Watermelon will move on back.
So Korok is playing LC. See, look at this set. This set's
30
cool.
seconds
The
to
LC
battle.
set?
Yeah, he has a horsey helm.
Yeah. He looks like a Spartan.
Yeah. Except Spartans were all males.
Well, yeah. I mean, LC. I guess you can tell it's a girl.
Okay, so is the offlane Pudge. You know, offlane Pudge is a thing.
Yeah, he does a lot of different things with it. On both Radiant and Dire, he'll do stuff with the hard camps here and pull into the lane. And look, that's what they think he's going to do here. They block it out for the Pudge.
The battle begins.
And he's not even going to go for
You
that.
can't do. Can you do that on Dire?
Can.
You can do it on small camp, not the big camp though.
No, I've seen him do it on the big
Oh,
camp.
really? That seems
Yeah,
really
you
difficult.
You sit right here and you pull.
Oh,
and
to mid.
You go to mid, yeah. You
Man.
go like that. It's
That's
really
hardcore.
easy if you get a Dark Troll Summoner. That's the easy one to do it with. But when you hook them over, they leash pretty far. It
You know,
doesn't
every
actually
time
seem
I've
that hard.
casted Leviathan, the Pudge has always been banned out.
Really?
Yeah.
That was the first thing I noticed when I saw that draft. Was, hey, there's a Pudge in the pool, and they love
I'm
it. So
excited.
Jenkins will go offlane. Shibi will go mid on the Brewmaster. Jakiro will be played by Nushi. And up top, it'll be Shredder on the Void, joined by Sunken's Ancient Apparition. I don't know what it is about Ancient Apparition, but yesterday, I think we saw him picked like almost every game. He was first picked a couple of games.
Really?
Yeah, people are loving the Ancient Apparition.
He's good with
here.
AA. They don't have that much follow-up, especially with Sky Taken in the first phase, so I can't understand why. And they also have Jakiro too, so just like mass AoE dump inside Chrono. It's pretty nice. Yeah. Also, you can sometimes get away with like not getting Mask of Madness since you have extra damage from Chilling Touch, which is pretty bueno.
Yeah, pretty good. Arise is having an okay time in the offlane here on the Tidehunter. As his Anchor Smash, got little booties there, chewing through those tangos. Dual lane mid for Navi US, Fogged on the Wisp, and Ushed is playing the Tiny here. Is this the, what set is this? It looks familiar.
It's the ugly ass set.
Oh, it's the Starladder one?
Yeah.
The Scarlet Quarry.
The Elemental Ice Infusion is so much better.
Yeah. His face looks kind of weird. And in the safe lane here, the Leader of Tears, that's Way 2. He's on the Skywrath, and Korok, he's on the LC. You know, at least EE's names, they're based out of animes, and if you're if you're like part of the EE cult, you get it. I don't know what Leader of Tears is. Is that an anime thing?
It's an emo thing.
It's an emo thing. That's sad. That's a really sad story.
Actually, I don't know if he's emo or not.
I hope he is. Oh, Jenkins whips a hook down bottom, gets a creep.
He owned that creep.
Yeah, he really did. He's getting decent experience though. Offlane Pudge level 3, pretty solid. Not too much Korok can do to totally zone him out.
Well, Leviathan's pretty smart putting his duel in here. I think Brewmaster, he wouldn't get wrecked, but he wouldn't have as good CS as he has. He has 10 CS, actually more than Tiny, due to the help of Jakiro with his constantly spamming Liquid Fire, and no overcharge yet, and Tiny's base attack speed is actually pretty darn terrible. Or attack speed is pretty darn terrible. We see Invis Skywrath, can he get a kill?
He's thinking about it. He's level 2. He's got the Concussive and the Arcane. But
It's
man,
really hard to get a kill on this. Tiny actually doesn't have enough stats to use his stun toss combo, so I don't think there's any way he can get a toss back. And, I mean, even Jakiro, he has 739 HP. He has more HP than the Brewmaster right now. Even without that GG branch. Actually, they'd have the same HP with the GG branch. But how ridiculous is that? He's like a ranged ogre.
yeah, a ranged ogre. That's a pretty good way to sum up Jakiro's presence right now, I think. Oh, Jenkins, he misses another one. Jenkins, my boy. What are you doing? I just hiked you up in front of Merlini. You gotta step up your hook game here, man. Maybe he's just faking out Korok.
I've seen it once before. It was a really long time ago. It was like MLG in like 2013.
Yeah, they pick it. You know, like Navi, they'll pull out the Pudge if they feel like it's the perfect Pudge game or he really counters somebody, but Jenkins isn't scared. He runs the Pudge pretty much when it's not panned out from what I've seen. I've only cast Leviathan, you know, probably less than 10 times, but it's either been banned or picked, I think, in every game that I've seen.
Why not?
It throws some teams off guard. Oh, up top, they're going in onto a Rise. They've got some Chilling Touch. Shredder's clicking him down. Maybe, just maybe, one more would have done it, but Void gave up maybe a little too soon. Shredder does have boots. He might have been able to chase down that Tide.
That first blood. RNG not in his favor today.
Yeah, looking for those time locks. What builds he gone to? Ooh, he's even put those extra points in time lock, so a little extra unlucky there. Nushi keeping this bounty rune safe. Looks like he'll throw it into the old bottle, and down bottom it is a regen scouted out by the Skywrath, but no need for it. Instead, comes in on the Pudge. Korok overwhelms the odds. The Dove's doing a lot of damage. This could be your first blood right here. Jenkins, can he get off the deny? He's looking for it, but no, it won't happen. Leader of Tears. Well, maybe a few less after getting that first blood.
Maybe he gives Leaders of Tears to his opponents, or makes them shed Leader of Tears.
I'm going to collect all of your tears in a liter.
Do they have litter jugs?
That's like the worst smack talk ever. I will collect your tears. Your ass is grass. Oh, Fogged with the regen. The Wisp bottle. It's good. Good news.
Fogged Wisp, man. I think actually Fog has the best Wisp NA.
You think so? Best Wisp NA. Who are the other contenders?
Well, I mean, don't some of the other teams run it?
I feel like it gets picked a little bit hit or miss, but I can't think of like a standout player that runs Wisp regularly in NA outside of Fog. He does it on more than one occasion.
Zion PBD, they run Wisp.
Yeah.
They run Wisp like occasionally.
Yeah, that's
C9 runs Wisp, but
true.
Not Aoi doesn't play it. So I guess it's not that big of a title, but it's still a, you know, come on now.
All right.
Give Fog some credit.
We're going to have you hand out the participation medals at the summit here for the last place
no
team.
participation medals.
Participation medals signed by Merlini.
I'm anti-participation medal. Most improved?
Most improved medals. Okay, that's what we'll go for. MVP player.
Can you get least improved too?
Least. It depends on the player, I guess. We'll see how they take it.
Well, if EG wins again, they're least improved.
That's true, actually. There you go. It's sort of a compliment. You guys were so good that you didn't throw. Congratulations.
Is there a negative improvement? Does that count?
Korok's racking up the farm down here in the bottom lane, man. 38 CS, 1,900 gold. He's going to just rush this Blink Dagger. He bought a Ring of Protection, and he'll just hold on to it. EE style, just keep it casual. And I think he's looking for this Blink, and he's going to give it to Jenkins.
Is 2 Ring of Protection okay?
He rocks 2, but he keeps the casual rings, man. It's a thing. I do like that double Ring of Protection, though. I tried it on Necro in a pub, and it's ridiculous, dude. It's like...
Well, it's good on range. I say melee is a little bit worse because you already have Stout. So I think on range shows it's underrated.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's good as hell on Necro, though, that low armor old man. Turns him into a ranged ogre.
Dude, he has 2 armor now, man. He's no Skyrath.
He ain't no Skyrath, that's true. Wow, Skyrath really is low on armor. Navi US are low on armor in general, with Skyrath, Wisp is their support duo. Ouch. Jenkins, they're coming for you, man. He's found his level 6, but so has Korok, and now he's found himself a Blink Dagger. Pudge has seen that he hasn't had any item progression, so probably thinking he's pulling up towards Midas or a Blink here. And here you go. Korok goes in. Here's your first duel of the game. The leader of Tears is here. Will he get the damage? It's going to be a close call. No. Korok gets the kill, but no bonus damage on that one.
Yeah, Pudge, speaking of low armor here, he has pretty low armor. He can get wrecked by Tiny. Oh, Ush.
Yeah, mid lane. Toss back onto Shibby, but Nushim's there. Haste Rune's on. Fogged. Healing up his friend, and that'll be the end of this little engagement. But Ush not really coming out ahead. Takes a lot of damage, and so far this Wisp Tiny has been pretty quiet. And they haven't really stopped the farm of Brew. Now they'll go in on him. Again, the toss back from Ush, just throwing Shibby away. That's a strong Tiny. He's so little, Brew's so big. And Shibby will be repelled. Wisp Ball's coming in. He's slapping him in the face. The toss forward. It's a cannon Wisp. Is Fogged is the projectile to secure the kill.
I prefer you call him Best Wisp NA from now on.
Number 1 Wisp NA, securing kills all day in the mid.
Oh, yeah. He did keep Ush alive, too.
Yeah, that's
Pretty ridiculous with the heal.
Oh, down bottom. Jenkins whiffing him all day. Korok. Good positioning there. Making it difficult for Jenkins to find an easy angle, but he is 0 for 3 on hooks, at least, that I've seen on camera here. Not so great.
Talking it up, man.
I know. I jinxed him. Sorry, Jenkins. Pretend I didn't say anything, buddy.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So this early game not going terribly well for Leviathan, but they have Shredder. They also have a lot of team fight, so I mean, I wouldn't be too scared if I were in their shoes. Sunken's also getting pretty good levels. He just hit level 5. Jakiro almost level 6 too. So sports are getting levels. The Brewmaster is almost level 6. Faceless Void at already level 6, and Jenkins, although he didn't do terribly well in the off lane, he's also level 7. So everything's going okay for them, I say. Although
Radiant's top
as I say that, a
tower is
duel
under attack.
might happen on all games.
They're thinking about it. Yeah, Jenkins 0, 2, and 0. I guess experience is really what Pudge needs more than anything else in the early game.
The chilling touch on Faceless Void before he leaves the lane.
This is sneaky. Come here, Shredder. Oh, he's got that Mask of Madness. He's ready to pop the roids and go ham on somebody. Korok, it could be you if you're not careful. The hook. Jenkins, can you do it, good sir? The pump fake. He's thinking about Skyrath now.
I think they know Shredder's missing, though. They know that something's funny is going on. They're playing way too aggressively on bottom.
Yeah, and rotation from the mid. Shredder loses his magical chilling touch buff, and he'll go towards the river.
Look at all these stacks, too, dude. Look at this. Good job, Best Wisp NA.
Damn, that was all fogged. Look at you, fogged. Oh, time walk across the ravine.
Yeah, he has a 204 build, so if he gets caught by, like, a Ravage, he is most likely going to die.
Yeah, not even
real quickly.
The value time walk there. Or
value backtrack?
Backtrack, yeah, rather. Well, still going okay for the Void, though. Farming about on point with Korok, behind by a couple hundred gold, but nothing too crazy. Korok needs to start racking up some damage here, and looks like he's jonesing for it. Tide, level 6. He's got the Ravage. The Ravager. He'll TP bottom, and that'll be Leviathan's sign to back out. Looks like they wanted to smoke up, and they will rotate.
Leviathan
mid,
should be the ones like looking for team fights, not really dodging them. Now they have Panda ult, they need to use it. He's actually pretty close to his Blink Dagger, so maybe not. But by that time, Wisp is going to be level 6. So if Wisp is prepared, he might just relocate the target out, and Hook comes on us.
Ush, you're in some trouble, baby. Hooked into the tower, right into an ice path. Brewmaster chops him in half. And they get an easy pick up there. First kill of the game for Leviathan secured. Here just past the 10-minute mark, and that will be the Blink Dagger on the Panda.
Man, that is, yeah, Tiny is really poor. Poor.
Sorry,
Dire's
Ush.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's doing all right. I mean, he's got
Dire's
decent CS,
structures
54
are
and 7, but 1-1. Been pretty
Radiant's
quiet in terms
top
of kills.
tower
Looks
is
like
under
he
attack.
may move into a Drum of Endurance following his treads, or maybe just a casual bracer. And oh, there's his drums picked up. More smokes grabbed. One on the Radiant, one on the Dire.
Dire's
And they'll
bottom
just go
tower
right back
is
to it.
under
Wisp,
attack.
almost level 6, so I guess this is when things can get pretty crazy. He's got the elusive invisibility rune. We won't be able to see Fog.
There's a big stack. They need to take that out. Get Usher's drums. Oh, wait,
No,
he did have
he
his drums.
had his drums
Okay.
complete.
I was wondering
so-
why he was so poor.
Yeah, he is a little better than we thought. And there we go. Ush
Dire's
coming in. He's going to
bottom
get a
tower is under
big,
attack.
big
Dire's
penny
bottom
out of this
tower
one.
has fallen.
And while we're looking at this, tower destroyed by the Radiant, that would be down bottom. It's another 1,000 gold for Ush. He just picked up the drums. Korok gets the tower kill in the bottom lane. So things looking pretty good for Navi US. About 3,000 gold in their favor. Experience is zeroed out, but they're doing pretty solid. Their 2 carries are farming up pretty well.
Yeah, at some point they're going to need BKBs, though, versus what Leviathan has to throw at them. It's just too much damage to ignore.
It's a rough BKB game, though. You still got the Pudge, still have the Chrono. Still necessity, I think, but...
Yeah, also Fixes what needs a BKB, too. Get Craggy, GG, you can get Ravaged, GG, get...
Yeah, speaking of Ravage, Arise, he
Dire's
hasn't been
middle
able to do
tower
anything
is
with it
under
yet. And this
attack.
has been the recurring trend I've noticed, at least in North America, where, well, I should say Americas in general, where Tide hits level 6, level 7, and then once he's missing off the
Radiant's
map,
top tower
teams just
is under
sort of
attack.
treat him like it's a Nyx assassin, where they just play very cautiously, very defensive, and just try to dodge the Tide Hunter as best they can and not give him any
Well,
opportunities to ravage.
That's where you just farm Arcane Blink Refresher and then just own him later. He still scales pretty well as far as offlaners go. And Leviathan did have a Sentry Ward at the Ancient Spawn, so he couldn't actually farm that up. So Navi US need to control that a little bit better if they want Tide to be relevant further into the game.
Yeah, only a double stack.
What is Neokin Fairy Ward? See this one above Roshan? I have not seen that one before.
I think I saw it yesterday. It's kind of cool looking. It's like a little fairy dragon baby. In Fairy Dragon Land, they have wards of their own. Down bottom hook, right onto Korok. And he's in pretty big trouble here. Ice Path Macro Pyre. Korok, can he actually live? No, he can't. Jenkins will give him the chainsaw. And even an Ice Blast for good measure comes flying through. But there we go, 2-3. Leviathan strike back. Finally, Jenkins landing some hooks. Showing us what that Pudge is all about.
You're going to jinx him again.
Oh, no. Never. Oh, mid lane. Ush gets clapped. No split. Shippy with the haste rune on, just harassing back the Usher. He will move into Ags now. Point booster completed. Purchased. And move into the jungle here. Clear out some mud golems. Fog now level 8. Looks like Basilius, possibly Vlad's, could be on the way here for the Wisp. No big
Radiant's
surprise
top
there.
tower
Good
is
item.
under attack.
Hey, yo, going down on bottom. Oh, no, he missed. Shattered in mid. Well, yeah, I mean, sure, Tidehunter's not really using his ultimate, but Panda isn't either. And I think, I would say Panda's a little bit more important to use early. Another hook.
Another hook right onto Ush, and the relocate out will keep him alive. Macro Pyre again, but whoa, while that's going on, Faceless Void gets picked off on the top lane as Korok makes a rotation. And does he get any damage out of that? No, he doesn't. Wisp coming back towards the mid, right into an Ice Path, and they will find the kill that time.
I'm actually surprised they didn't bring Ush back and go for a kill.
Yeah, you think they could have taken out Jenkins there, maybe?
Well, Brewmaster would have probably ulted and killed one to begin. Killed probably both of them, so it'd be a 1 for 2 as opposed to
Dire's
0 for
top
1.
tower
I guess
is under attack.
it's okay. Depends on how they want to play it. Tiny also wouldn't have lost any gold too, since he's at that 1,000 gold threshold.
Ice Blast up top. They'll go in onto Korok.
Radiant's middle
Shibby
tower
hits him
is
with a
under
thunderclap.
attack.
There's the crit, but now the silence. No split for you today, Brew. Korok on the run, but Void is here. Shredder with an ultimate. Finds Korok in the tree line, gets a time lock, finds the kill. Now Brewmaster goes in onto a rise. There's your Ravage. Maybe they'll try and turn something around here. Shibby on the back foot.
Radiant's
A
bottom
lot of
tower
reinforcements
is
coming
under
for the
attack.
Dire side. Leviathan in the river, but Navi US will make it back behind the tower and feel pretty safe.
Korok misplayed that. He uses pressed attack on a AA ultimate and it doesn't dispel and it doesn't heal you. So actually it does nothing. It's actually negative because you stand there casting it.
And now Fog caught by a Dismember. Whoa, the hook after the tether. Nicely played by Jenkins. Finds the kill there. And Leviathan striking right back. 5-4, now taking the hero kill lead. Ice Blast misses the Walmart man in the mid lane. But still a decent lead for Navi US. Leviathan getting some experience momentum here.
Going for a kill. Oh, no.
Radiant's top tower is
Nope.
under attack.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't really been involved in anything. They should be able to counter pretty nicely with, like, Ravage and or Relocate, but, I mean, it's just chilling and mass farming for Navi US. They already got their stack completed, but
Just chilling.
just chilling, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a pretty quiet game in general. 9 kills, 16 minutes. It's even more quiet than that before the past couple minutes here. Looks like LC, the Korok man, going for a Blade Mail. Pretty core on the LC.
They should just, like, bait Tidehunter into hooks. Just get them hooked and then just relocate in. Or something like that. I think that would work out okay for them.
Well,
It's okay if
Arise-
Tidehunter dies.
Arise is busy farming his Blink Dagger here. He's going to take out the Ancients, hitting them with the Anchor. So that'll be good. Maybe Navi US can start to work around that Ravage a little bit more now. Still 60 seconds, so she comes back up. And Leviathan, in the meantime, they're pushing up the mid.
Radiant's
Liquid
middle
Fire
tower
coming
is
out onto
under
the tower to
attack.
bring it down quickly and surely. He is level 8, so pretty solid uptime there. Jenkins in the tree line looking for the hook. Fogged. Nope, not going to get caught by that Trident.
No Ravage either, so this is a really good time for Leviathan to push a tower. But
40 seconds.
still can get caught out, especially if Panda's not careful. If he gets dueled in the ultimate, it could be pretty bad for them. And if the Tiny combo is there to follow up.
Yeah. Now Bruce still has his ultimate also. So certainly a good time. Ice Blast flying through.
Radiant's
Almost
middle
clips
tower
Korok, but
has
not
been
quite.
denied.
And that's it.
Waiting for BKB on Shredder probably too. 1200 gold. They're playing it very safe, both teams are. Although Navi US not as much as Leviathan.
And
Ravage up in 2 seconds. Here they go.
they're thinking about it. Ush baiting in the mid lane. Where's the Tide? He's way in the back. Ready to blink forward. They will go for the bait. Just an ice path onto Ush. And no real follow-up. Not much time left on the smoke, and it looks like Navi US won't find what they were fishing for here. And Ush will just continue to find farm. So 700 gold away from his Aghanims now. Ush is taking over #1 net worth. Looking pretty solid.
BKB complete on Shredder. And maybe they can get a kill on him here.
Certainly thinking about it. Shredder, he's going to be the aggressor. Goes in. Chrono on 2. Goes right for a rise. Shibby on the other side of the bubble. Hits him with the clap. Hits him with the sword. Now they find Korok. Dismember to lock him in place. Ice Blast is a necessity. And they find it. Shredder gets a double kill as 2 heroes fall in the top lane. Now the Brew pressing forward, using that haste rune.
Radiant's
Leader of
top
Tears trying to
tower is
TP out.
under
Shibby needed a crit. Won't get it. And the Leader of Tears will live. But this Tier 1 tower not going to be so lucky. And they will glyph it. Buy him some time. But the
Dire's
tower will
middle
fall.
tower
They're
is
just
under
not
attack.
playing as a team. Like they could, like Tide
Radiant's
Hunter and
top tower
Skywrath
has
can get
fallen.
picks together, and they can just duel someone into a relocate, and they're just letting Leviathan completely take control of most sides of the map.
All right, relocate down bottom right onto the Ancient Apparition there. Looks like an easy pick for the Tiny. So step in the right direction to get the Tiny some momentum. But in general, it is Leviathan that are taking control of this game. With that tower kill up top, pushes them over the threshold for
Another
leading.
smoke from Leviathan, turning
Yeah.
around, trying to get a kill on
Oh,
a
the
rise.
Fake back, classic. He does have a Ravage, so they'll have to lock him down quick. Maybe they can get him to use the Ravage. Ooh, meanwhile in the mid lane, duel onto Shibby. They'll probably find the kill here. Now up top, right onto a rise. They'll lock him down. Shredder uses the BKB just in case. And it will be a 1-for-1 trade across the map. Brew for the Tide.
Radiant's top
But I
tower
think that
is
time
under
Korok
attack.
did get some damage. Yep, sure did. Plus 14, baby.
Yeah, that's nice. And Panda still hasn't used split. Both teams going for the Vlad, trying to get their melee carries, that good old Aegis of the Immortal. And yeah, things going well all around. Tiny probably proceeding to BKB next. LC should definitely do so they can actually take some fights and not just get controlled by the Pudge and the Void.
Yeah, Jenkins probably pulling up for a Blink Dagger here. 1,200 gold. I think he likes the Blink Pudge. Hop in, get those big hooks behind the creep wave. Curious where Shibby's going to go. Looks like he'll be the Vlad carrier here on the Dire side. And yeah, Ancient Apparition just moving towards Nags. Pretty standard stuff coming out of Leviathan, I think, across the board. Nothing too wild and crazy. Now the Void going for the Maelstrom, getting some chain lightning. And they ping out Roshan, so
top tower is under
yeah, Shredder just hops right over. Feeling pretty brave here, knowing that there's a Ravage available.
Well, they still pin ult. They're not
top
really that
tower
scared.
has fallen.
I think group team fights is much better for them than for non-US. Like if they relocating to Chrono, relocating to Ice Path Macropyre, relocating to like Ice Blast, all these are really, really bad for them. Relocating to Brute Ultimate before BKBs, they just can't take the fight here. No chance.
Alright. Well, it looks like it will be an uncontested Roche. Navi US. Don't seem any wiser to it. Looking at their vision, yeah, no intel into that area. They've got 2 wards on that part of the map, but not actually in the path to get to the Roche pit. So Void will be the one to grab the Aegis of the Immortal. And Leviathan, they come out with pretty penny to their name, so they'll just go bottom. Looks like they want this last Tier 1 tower on the side of Navi.
Tiny proceeding to AC. Looks like screw the
Radiant's
BKB. I still think he
bottom
needs
tower is
it.
under
Like
attack.
there's so much magic damage on their side too.
Dire's top tower
Yeah.
is under
And
attack.
they'll still help against like time locks from Faceless Void in terms of the damage.
Radiant's bottom tower
But-
has fallen.
Yeah, I think so.
Dire's
Alright,
structures
just going for
are
the damage,
fortified.
Ush. Preparing for in case
Dire's
they have to do
middle
some Rat
tower
Dota,
is
some
under
split
attack.
push. I guess AC, very good in that scenario.
Chopping up the tower. There they go. Easy
Dire's
T1 for
top
T2.
tower has fallen.
Nice trade for Navi US. We'll see how Leviathan handle it down
Oh,
bottom.
Korok.
Korok just
Dire's middle
charging on
tower
in.
is under
Wow.
attack.
This man.
That was close.
Yeah, Ice Path comes out almost in time to get him hooked. Jenkins trying to hedge his bets there, angle it over the creeps. Close call, but not going to catch him that time. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Ush still pressing forward, clears up the creep wave, but Leviathan will react. They TP back Shredder.
Uh-oh.
He's thinking about this. He's got a chrono. Oh, Ush. He TP's out. Oh, Shredder. If only he had vision there, he could have just hopped right on him. That was a close call.
Fogged. No TP, but it should be all good.
Blink on the Pudge has been picked up. It's a barrel of laughs. Then he gets silenced. Mystic Flare completely off the mark. That'll ensure his survival. Shredder comes in with a chrono, brings down Ush. Now they want way 2. They find it. It's a 2-0 the other way. Leviathan come out way ahead with another double on Shredder.
Damn, Shredder's always in the right place, man. Right place, right time.
This Void knows what's good.
He does. He is super stacked. But at the same time, Ush
Radiant's
is more
middle
farmed than him, but he
tower
still
is
can't
under
do
attack.
anything. Like, he just gets owned in these team fights.
Yeah. That's the big problem. He's been farming well, like you mentioned, but where's his presence been? I mean, died, has no Ravage now, and this will be a difficult defense. Hook will be off the mark.
Radiant's
Tier 2
middle
tower goes down.
has
Tiny down for
fallen.
15. There is still a glyph, but they go for Fogged. Ice Path connects. It's a dead wisp. Now the tower will be fair game with Tiny coming back up. A lot less scary without his wisp. The hook onto a rise. Jenkins showing off the blink dagger. It's a dead watermelon. Oh, that overwhelming odds does a lot of damage. Shredder gets dueled, but Korok, he's taking a lot of return damage. They clump up to split the Mystic Flare. We've got a winner, and this time it'll be Shredder. Ush coming around the backside, gets a quick double, make it a triple as he brings down the Aegis. Big Bad Tiny comes whomping away and does clean things up. Shredder thinking about going forward, gets silenced. BKB up in 1. Will get tossed. Maybe they want to turn this around. Ice Blast connects. Shredder uses the BKB, but will time walk back. And that'll be the end of this engagement. But Leviathan, even though they get cleaned up in the end, they still do a lot of damage to that Tier 3 tower and show Navi US that there is a lot riding on this Tiny right now.
I like how they're pressing the attack every time Tidehunter's Ravage is down too.
Yep.
And
Working out well for him.
yeah, good use of Aegis, although AA's kind of unnecessary buyback there. Not a big deal for him, although his Scepter will be much delayed after that. Now both teams just likely to take a step on the back foot, wait for Ush to complete his AC. Actually, it is complete already. Wait for Void to maybe get an Aegis again. And now Ush should be a pretty big factor in fights. He has 2,000 more gold than the Faceless Void. But at the same time, he can just get shut down so easily. Like, if he doesn't get chronoed, he'll just get, like, stunned, boulder toss, drunken hazed, and cyclone just from the Panda alone. On top of that, they have the Yules and Ice Path combo available to them now, and Ush is going to die to that.
Here we go. Blink forward from Jenkins. Goes right onto Ush, but Ush turns it around. Mystic Flare comes through. Korok comes in with a duel on Sunken. Brings him down right away. Now on the other side of the fight, Nusham looking for the kill on way 2. Not going to get it there, and it's a fast 3-0.
Did you see what happened there?
Sort of.
He blinked in, he tried to dismember, and then he got craggy.
Oh, is it the Craggy that
Yeah,
got
the
him?
craggy owned him.
Oh my god, that was all Craggy all day.
It was.
Now Korok, hey, he could be in some trouble here. Pandas in the split. They get the tornado off onto Tiny, but they've lost the Fire Panda. And now they will start to back out, but Shredder, he's on his way in. He's hungry for something. Maybe it's rocks. No, they'll go up top. They get a Cyclone onto the Legion Commander. Nice chrono on two. Wisp coming in. Will tether across just to get some overcharge out onto Korok. Korok will survive the duration, and instead Shibby's the one that's turned around on. And now Shredder on the run. Gets dueled by Korok. Look at me, you no-face man. The toss in, the duel. We've got a winner. Out onto Korok, and all of a sudden Leviathan falling apart as Na'Vi are knocking on their front door.
My thanks.
Whoa. GG auto attack on. Man, that craggy. Talk about RNG, man.
Well, I guess it's a decent percent to get that Craggy action. 1 and 4.
Dyer's middle tower is under
1 and 4 to win the
Dyer's
game.
middle tower has
Almost.
fallen.
That's a huge swing off of one RNG thing. Still.
About 4,000 or 5,000 gold, yeah. And now look at all this map control loss for Leviathan. Cleaning up these towers. This is where that
Dyer's middle
Tiny's
tower
pretty damn
has
scary.
fallen.
Another 3,500 gold. So what's Tony going for next? Thinking maybe a Demon Edge here. Get the crit stick going on. Maybe he'll actually go for the BKB and play it safe.
BKB is much safer. What else can he get? He can get like Daedalus. Daedalus is fairly common.
There's the BKB.
MKB.
Nushi!
Decent.
Oh, poor baby Jakiro. They sold his dragon scales in the black market, but hey, they get a return kill. Leader of Tears gets taken out by the Brewmaster. 1 for 1. Support for support. Whoa, it's a hook onto Korok. Jenkins is there. Chilling touch, and that'll be another pickoff on the LC. So it is actually Leviathan to come out ahead at first, but oh, in comes Tiny. Brings down the AA. Fog taking a lot of damage. Will live. They stop Shibby dead in his tracks. He does get off the split just in the nick of time, but Ush, he's not feeling too scared, or is he? Clicking down the Pandas. He'll lose his Wisp friend. Now the Ravage flies through, just chomping down onto Jenkins. Hits him with a toss. Doesn't do too much damage, but there's just nothing slowing down Ush now. Finally, Shredder comes out with a chrono. Arise, taking a lot of damage here. Maybe Ush can come in to save his friend. Arise, needs to be careful. Dies to the Pudge. Ush gets caught by the Dismember, and now they're just kiting this Tiny around. He's got no blink. He's only got 1 drum charge left. He may be forced to use it. Ush takes the high ground, looking for a fake back here, but they're not going to fall for it. Na'Vi US with 3 dead. Leviathan, they strike right back.
Their
Back
war
and
just
forth game.
expired on the high ground. If it didn't expire, they might have been able to kill him again.
I don't know. How do you deal with this Tiny now, though? Especially since he has a BKB. Still hasn't even used it.
You try and kite him. Kill Wisp. That's number 1. Because BKB plus Tether plus Overcharge, you're not going to kill him. Especially with Craggy. So, yeah. Kite him during the BKB. Kill the Wisp so he's not Superman and doesn't do that much damage. Get Ghost Scepters if you really need to. Actually, I don't really know if that will help that much.
Yeah, the Ghost Scepter is a little chancy here against the Skywrath. Somebody's getting blown up. There's the Yules from Pudge. We were talking about that mechanic earlier. Probably get to see it in action with the Yules hook. And Jakiro has a Yules already also.
Yeah, so now the BKB timing for Tiny is a little bit difficult. If he BKBs too early, they just blink out, time walk out, disengage. If he does it too late, he'll get chronoed and just die in the chrono. So it's not easy for him at all.
Mr. Jenkins. Shredder, what's he working on? Looks like a Mjolnir there as the Hyperstone picked up. And hey, Shibby. He's going into that plate mail. Either an AC or a she. Oh, it's going to be an AC. Yeah, there you go. And Korok, he's got a Maelstrom here, so wow. Lots of lightning this game.
It is. Lots and lots of lightning.
Lightning and tornadoes. The
No
cyclones.
Mjolnir, though. Brew also needs a BKB. He almost died before the split. It would have been much worse with him. Hadn't he not...
That was a very close call, yeah. I
that
think
was.
one or two more swings from that Tiny, and he was going down, so...
One more Craggy proc.
One more Craggy. One Craggy, one game. Wasn't that a team name we came up with a while ago?
I'm not sure. Doesn't sound like that bad of a name.
Yeah, see? Maybe I'm taking credit for your idea.
It's not my name. Well,
Crystal is up on Tiny, so he'll go BKB Daedalus, both the items that we were
Dyer's
talking about.
bottom tower
Manta's
is
pretty good
under
too.
attack.
It gives him like an additional way to get rid of the Drunken Haze. And also I feel like Manta's before the Chronosphere. It'll buy him like maybe 1.5 seconds time, which is pretty significant during Chrono. Also allows them to split push. I'm a big fan of the Manta Tiny myself. Butterfly MKB, also pretty good choices.
Yeah.
But
the Manta is undoubtedly great for split pushing. It just chews through towers so fast. And that's what this game could possibly
can't
come
crit
down
towers
to.
though, man.
Bummer.
That's a bummer.
Crit still pretty good. Korok, uh-oh. He's caught inside of a Yules, but he's got a Mystic Flare here to help squish him up. Now Korok caught inside of the Chrono. In comes Big Bad Ush. And
God, you see how hard Shredder got hit?
they just blow up here. Shredder dies to the Wisp Balls. Now Jenkins, he's on the run, and it's not going to be so much fun as he's going to get caught in the trees here. Ush, you've got an avalanche in 1 second. Can you get there? No. All right, he TP's out. Just a quick 1 for 2. Navi US come out ahead. Probably should have been a 1 for 3, but smart plays from the Pudge.
Jeez, the relocate on the back line is so strong. They have to. I think they have to save the Chrono for the Faceless Void, or sorry, for the Tiny at this point. You just can't ignore him.
Yeah, he hits too hard.
They were both sitting around like 13,000 net worth like 5 minutes ago. Now he's almost 50% more than the Faceless Void. 19.2 versus 13.5.
Yeah.
That's well. They need Roshan badly. If Tiny gets Roshan, I have no idea what Leviathan's gonna do.
Well, speak of the devil, Korok's just blinked into the pit, and he'll start chipping away at Roche by his lonesome. Leviathan, they do ping it out. It's the Void that pings it, so they are at least suspicious. Tiny moving up to the high ground. Us just gonna try to box him out right now. Wisp smoked up. The whole team smoked
they have
up.
a ward on the high ground. This could be a disaster.
This is Radiant Vision we're looking at right here. They see exactly the movements of Leviathan.
They don't know that they're not doing Roche though. They don't have a AA vortex in there.
Yep, and here's the Dire Vision. They've got absolutely no intel, no clue until you get down into the river.
Dire's middle tower is
There we
under
go.
attack.
And it's over. All right, anticlimactic, Merlini.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna go in with like a Ravage duel on the Faceless Void.
I'm surprised they didn't with the double blink daggers.
I
Get
know.
the Tiny over there.
Silence
That
on the
was
Brewmaster. They would have just destroyed them that fight had that happened. That would have been game.
some serious hesitation. Jenkins misses the hook. Yule's on the Wisp. But okay, he just tethers back to the high ground. All right, Leviathan still turtle it up on the high ground here. Ice Path, just checking it out, I guess.
Tiny could also go for a heart too and just survive the ultimate. That's actually not that bad of a choice either, but yeah. So many options available to him.
Those game-winning hearts, man. Yep, pretty
Shredder.
much.
Uh-oh. Korok has an Invis rune. They could relocate in with a duel. This could be it.
Oh, Shredder. He's going to get dueled and... Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Jesus lag. Well, I don't think there's anything either. They don't even need to relocate, actually.
Shredder says, sweet.
Shredder does too much damage. I'm surprised he didn't press the attack from the fog.
This is a pretty badass screenshot right here.
Versus. That is. Wow.
I can't really see what's going on, but... So it looks like there's Void's body. He's got some lightning on him.
He's dead. He's done so.
What is this circle around Void? Is that him like getting a backtrack or something? Like, what's this bubble around him here? The spikes are pretty cool looking, though. Blade Mail's a badass looking item if you really look at it.
Yeah.
Can anyone else check their ping? I got your backs. I should stop looking here. And let's see. Dash ping. What do we have? Oops, no, it's just ping. Why you know ping? Marlene, did I do something wrong?
It's too laggy to give you a ping.
It's too laggy to give me ping.
Yep.
So lag, much ping. I can't even type, dude.
Can you dash ping in game?
No, look, I just sent something and it hasn't showed up yet.
Yeah, what is that? I'm curious what those bubbles are.
I don't know what the bubble is. Like that little...
It looks like it could be backtracks or something, or bashes. I think it's bashes. Oh, actually, I don't know. Is LC bashed?
No, it's on... Oh, yeah. I don't know, dude. My message still hasn't popped up. I literally can't even send commands. Oh, please. Please. For Christmas, all I want are good Dota 2 servers in America. That's what I want. I'm going to get on Santa's lap and be like, can you make Dota 2 better? Maybe we should do a Christmas video where we dress Parker up like Santa Claus. We all sit on his lap and ask him for what we want for Christmas.
Oh,
He's smiling. I think he thinks it's a good idea.
I don't want to sit on his lap.
All right, well. I mean, you can be Santa. But then LD has to sit on your lap. I don't know.
I don't want dude to sit on my lap.
You don't want any laps. Or we could hire a Santa.
I'm okay with that.
If it's a strange Santa, it's okay, but...
It's not what friends do to each other.
That's not what friends do. Friends don't let friends sit on creepy Santa's lap.
No. Friends laps.
Or friends' laps. I still can't type to the players. Oh, boy. Bad news. Bears!
So this game's looking really grim for Leviathan. They can just go in a roach right now. If Void buys back, they back out, and they just do the same thing again. They wait for dual cooldown, and then they go for another pick. And then if he does buy back, and Leviathan if he doesn't buy back, they just get Aegis, and then they can take a big fight from there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really bad situation for them. Unless he lives from this, which potentially he could. Actually, I don't think there's any way.
I don't see how Shredder can live through this. This is pretty I mean, look.
Bash, backtrack, bash.
Look at how low he is relative to how much time is left on the duel.
He backtracks everything, okay?
Possible, I guess. Maybe.
Some chance.
Come on, Shredder. Does anybody have BOTs on the dire side? Maybe they could BOT. Nope. You're boned, man.
I think he is boned.
Shredded. I do like that name, Shredder. It's a good name. It's a very tough name.
He's only won one duel. It seems like he's won a lot more.
They've gotten a lot of kills off his duels, but no, that's Shredder, dude. Shredder's won one duel.
Oh,
LC's
Shredder's
got
won one
56.
duel. Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah. They've gotten a lot more kills from the duel than Korok has damage for, though, that's for sure.
I don't know if Shredder should be going for like the Glass Cannon build. Or at least the problem with Maelstrom is it doesn't do damage versus BKB, which is a pretty big problem because you need to kill people during Chronosphere and get as much burst as possible. So some people just like the straight crit after the BKB Mask of Madness.
Yeah. I like MKB on Void.
BKB's alright. They don't have any evasion.
Yeah. Not particularly good this game.
It also doesn't do that much damage during BKB either.
Well, talk about your all-time anticlimactic finish.
Oh, we know who's going to win this fight.
Yeah. And Ush is DC'd, too. These servers have been so poopy recently.
They really have.
Have you had that same issue with your pubs?
On occasionally,
Dota? Occasionally. My
enough
pubs have been okay, but
enough to make note of it.
I've been this has been like a recurring thing in our daily castings. Especially in America, where it's like, everything's okay, then all of a sudden the server just goes, sorry, I just tried to eat my own memory. And then we get this.
Cannibalistic servers.
Oh, hey, look, that's the period I sent about, I don't know, 2 minutes ago.
Oh, everything's back to normal. Everything's back to normal. We good. 67 ping. Let's do this.
It's still can't ping.
In other news, Ush, now sponsored by Grand and Walmart.
I still can't type, but that's okay. We don't need me.
Okay, we're good. Okay.
Go if you good.
Winner!
And somebody's going to win. It's Korok! Hey, okay. Good work, Korok.
About face.
About face. See, look, there's my... lagged as shit. Okay, well, still. So here comes the Merlini Theory crafting. They're going to get Roche off this very easily. Does Void buy back? And the answer is probably not. Ice Blast scouts it out. Leviathan want to contest this.
Still really dangerous.
Oh! Buys back. The leader of tears turning into a gallon. Jenkins catches him.
Understood.
Navi US completely repelled here, Merlini.
They get a Void buyback. It's a Void death and a Void buyback. And they're not really giving up Roche yet. Oh, actually they are. They are giving Roche. Okay, it's worth it.
Alright, so how does this compute into your little formula there?
Well, they still force out the Void buyback. It's pretty good for them. It still makes him like relatively squishy. Like he's not gonna make any item progression in the next 3, 4, 5 minutes. Whereas LC and Tiny are still gonna keep getting stronger and stronger. So if he dies in a duel, if he died in a duel a couple minutes ago, he's definitely gonna die in a duel in a few minutes from now. But
well, worth it for the Aegis though to buy back there, don't you think?
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth it for them.
That's a worthy trade.
I don't know what Way 2 is doing. I don't.
Way out of
I
position.
think they still could have taken a 5-on-5 though if Tide were in a good position. Like they could have smoked around, probably. Tiny's big enough for that. They can. They can also just kill Brewmaster during his ultimate too. So it's gotten to that point of the game.
Well, Tide did not go for the refresher second item. Instead, he went for the Force Staff here. A little surprised. It really feels like right now the strongest build is just rushing out that refresher right after the Blink Dagger. If you do that,
Well, if you get hit, if you or your teammate gets hit by hooks, then Force Staff is useful. But you don't really need it for Legion and for Tiny because both of them have BKBs. Wisp, if he gets hooked, he's just dead anyways. He's not worth using a Force Staff on. And then Broom gets a.
then
easy
Skyrath's
kill on
getting
Sky.
a Force Staff of his own already.
Skyrath's also not worth saving.
Radiant's
So,
top tower is under attack.
Pretty much just using it for yourself, I suppose.
Dyer's
But if
bottom
you get
tower
hooked,
is
you're not
under
going to be a
attack.
Force Staff in time. I don't know. I think like a
Dyer's
Ghost Step would be more
structures.
useful for him.
Radiant's top
or,
tower has
as you said,
fallen.
just straight refresher. But I don't think he'll get refresher. As in, he won't be able to complete it
Dyer's
in time.
bottom tower
Yeah.
has fallen.
Bottom lane, they take out a tier 2 tower. Looks like they'll trade tier 2 for tier 2. The difference is Navi US, they want to go up to the high ground. There's no glyph. Ush, he'll get Yuled. He'll get hooked. And maybe they'll find a kill onto Usher. Where's his team? Where's his team? They're not coming in. LC is stuck inside the tornado. Brew giving him a hard time outside of the base. Tiny is still alive, and the relocate out. Everyone will live, it looks like. All right.
Oh, he gets hooked. He's dead.
Oh, Korok, okay, he'll get left behind. I thought he was TPing out. Ooh, almost fogged. Okay, they end up getting 2. So,
Nice hook by Pudge.
a good effort, I guess, from Navi US, but not quite the proper execution. I don't know, there's just so much setup for this Pudge to hook somebody when you're trying to push high ground. I don't think they really want to brute force it this game.
No, they shouldn't. They should just keep picking away, picking and rolling.
Pick and roll, dude.
I know. Get the Manta Styles, man. Do the split push.
Yeah,
Get the Blinks.
I think if they really want to play objective Dota, they need to do the split push and put 3 in one lane, Tiny Wisp in the other, and just bounce around, be that ping pong ball, and just pressure the lanes wherever there's an opening.
And then just use Ravage for solo kills. Just like Ravage duel, Skyrath ulti someone and relocate.
Yeah.
Who cares? Just get a kill on an important hero.
But in these big 5-man, just we're going to shove into your base, it's just too easy for the Dire. You've got Ice Path to set it up. You've got, I mean, that fight, the Brew basically zoned out the whole team here, while the Tiny was just stuck here playing with the Pudge.
They also can't just BKB TP either. They have Pudge Hook,
Dyer's top
Pudge
tower
Dismember,
is under attack.
Chronosphere,
Radiant's bottom tower has
Bash,
fallen.
and I think that's it. That's a lot though.
Top lane, Ush caught inside of a Yules. Jenkins looking for a Dismember. Might be able to get it. Ush will BKB TP, and obviously that's not happening, but he will find a kill onto Jenkins. And in comes the Tide Ravage. Connects on all 3, and they get completely cleaned up. Pudge buys back, but yeah, Navi US. Ush. It's funny that he tried to TP out, then just realized, actually, you know what? I can just attack the ground and just win the fight here.
Yeah, nice Ravage from Arise. Finally, he hits a big Ravage.
Dyer's
And 2
top tower
buybacks, not
is
even.
under attack.
Well, they're forced out, I guess, technically, but they don't have to do much forcing. Jakiro and the Pudge both burn a buyback as Tiny picks up his BOTs, and we'll just go right back to farming.
Easy.
Easy indeed. Navi US in a pretty good spot right now, feeling good. Mid lane, Leviathan moving out of the base.
Uh-oh, Invis Tiny. This could be brutal. Shredder's Aegis
Shredder.
is up for another minute.
Jenkins, though. Jenkins, sweet Jenkins. Korok comes in. Ush hits him with the avalanche. There's your toss, and oh, the crits. Oh, the crits. Hide your eyes, Merlini. I know you're young. That hurts, dude.
It does.
That-
Tiny's. Look at this damage, dude. 400.
That
Plus.
that is a critting Whomping Willow.
Dyer's
I don't
middle
like
tower
it.
is under attack.
It's like some Harry Potter magic was used on that thing. It's glowing, too. I mean, it's all buffed up. He's just smacking people down. There's still no glyph either. I mean, this tower, it's just
Dyer's
going to melt.
middle
They've got no
tower
Pudge
is
for the
under
hooks. They
attack.
do have an Ice Path, though. They stop Tiny mid-swing. That's not going to slow him down, though. Ush is feeling brave. Shibby comes in. Thunderclap split. BKB. Ush says, all right, do what you want, Panda. I'm still beating on your front door. Relocate. He's coming on back. They're just going to try to wait out the Brew split here. Are they going to sacrifice Fogged? Nope, the tether away. He gets hit by a boulder, though. They sacrificed their Wisp. That was an awkward play from Navi US. They didn't have a Ravage, but I think they could have put up more of a defense to save their wisp. Now they go back in onto Shredder. Korok, he finds a duel and gets credit for the damage. Now goes forward, hitting Shibby a bit. And he'll be able to survive. I don't see why they couldn't have just done that to save the wisp instead of doing it after Fog is already dead.
Be rewarded.
I'm not sure.
Well,
I also don't know
hesitant.
why Leviathan chose to use the Brewmaster ult on the Tiny. Yeah, he was whacking on their tower, but all you need to do is just Drunken Haze him. Drunken Haze, Liquid Fire, Icy Vortex, Ice Path, Yules. Wait for the... if his team comes in, you just blink in and chrono them. If they don't, you just chip away at Tiny's HP. Wait till he gets really low. If he gets too low, you just chrono and kill him. So it was awkward engage by them. I think they panicked a little bit. Just because their tower was low, but I mean, Tiny, yeah, he does a lot of damage, but Drunken Haze and then Liquid Fire, that's already, like, he'll be doing like 10% of his normal damage with those two spells.
Yeah, that's where the BKB down to 7 seconds, so still using it rather sparingly.
Dire's bottom
Glyph
tower
will be
is under
back up,
attack.
and I'm pretty sure that Aegis is despawned now. Yeah, Void's dead, so certainly no Aegis. Still a while before Roche comes back up, and
Yeah, Void's item
I think
progression
it's
has
gonna
just
keep
been,
farming.
been so slow. Like 10 minutes ago it was at 13,000, now it's at 13,500, now it's at 15,100. So he gained 1,600 gold in like 8 minutes
Yeah.
in terms of net worth.
I
And
mean,
that's
yeah,
where
wow, look at that gap. It was even for a while, and now Tiny's just skyrocketed into the
yeah,
lead.
it's like that kill and then the buyback and then the death right after the Aegis expired. Like all these things just going really poorly for him.
Yeah, it looks like Ush will now move into the Butterfly here. I suppose it could be an E-Blade, but
Dude, Butterfly's where it's at, man.
the Butterfly. That's
Butterfly's
the
super legit.
value. Yeah, attack speed, the evasion. The evasion's really good here. Void,
Dude, armor's
no
good too.
MKB. Yeah, that's true. Armor's pretty solid. How much armor is Tiny up to now? He should be pretty tanky. He's rock solid. He's got 30.
And then 5 from Vlad's, and then maybe like
Oh yeah, there you go, 35.
a couple more from completed Butterfly. But he will save for buyback, or he should.
Just whomping these creeps down. Navi US in absolutely no hurry here. They may try to wait for third Roche, get themselves some cheese before they press the issue.
Well, they're just waiting for Leviathan to come outside of the base. If they come outside of the base, Blink Duel, Blink Ravage, easy kills, and just their buybacks are really, really dwindling right now.
Yeah, and if this ends up going on a bit longer,
Oh, he
Arise-
doesn't have buyback.
Oh, he has a full refresher. Wow, he had the recipe on the courier. So now we've got refresher and butterfly on the side of Navi US, something they didn't have in the last fight. And those are two pretty damn big items.
If Ush dies, though,
Dire's
and then they
bottom
get
tower is
Roshan with
under
the
attack.
Aegis and Cheese, they could be in a pickle.
Okay.
But with the Butterfly, it's highly unlikely it's going to die unless Fog's in a terrible position.
Hook from Jenkins. Catches a creep. So, no initiation there, but Ush, he'll just move back towards the top lane. There is a glyph, tier 3 tower very low. He wants to claim his
Dire's
prize.
top tower is
And they
under
will
attack.
glyph it with 30 hit
Dire's
points to spare.
structures are fortified.
Looking for the angle to reinitiate perhaps. Toss towards the
Dire's
tower.
top
Takes
tower
down the tier
has
3.
fallen.
Now is when you relocate a bottom lane, get easy damage on tower.
Here we go. Initiation right onto Ush. Shibby goes forward. BKB on. Thinking about a split. Pump fakes it. Shredder catches just way too in the back with the chrono. Finds the first kill there, but Ush still alive. Whomping him hard. Arise comes in. Waits out the BKBs. Gets off the first Ravage. Refreshers. Oh, that was the second Ravage. Pardon me. Buyback on the Faceless Void. Tiny picks up the double. Ush on the godlike streak. Still 50% hit points to spare. Hook on to Korok. Relocate out.
Dire's bottom
They're
tower
going down
is
bottom.
under-
Thought they
Dire's
might be going to the
bottom
well,
tower
but
has
no, they're going
fallen.
to just rat Dota this. Korok just trying to buy some time. Top
Dire's
lane of
bottom
barracks.
barracks.
Do go down. Yules from Nusham buys him a little bit, but hey, relocate right back. Now Shredder, nice defensive hook, keeps him alive, but Shredder, he just walked right back in. He says, come on, boys, let's do this. Cost him his life. It's a dieback on the Void, and
Dire's top barracks
now
are under
Leviathan in
attack.
big trouble. That's a stinky pick.
Dire's
Those
top
Ravages
barracks-
were awful and they
Dire's
still won the
top
fight.
barracks
Like he got
has
a
fallen.
solo THC with
I
the
didn't even
first
see
one.
the first one, yeah.
It was on a solo THC. And the second one, I don't even know. It hit like maybe 2 heroes combined with 2 Ravages.
has fallen.
But it doesn't even matter. Ush is too big.
GG.
That was a
Dire's
scrappy
middle
win.
barracks has fallen.
Yep.
Dire's
Navi
middle
US, they
barracks
do it,
has
man.
fallen.
45 minutes, 27 to 26. Pretty even in terms of hero
Victory.
kills, obviously, but Navi US did hold on to a pretty sizable lead at the end there, about 25,000 gold.
They needed, what, like Scepter, I think, on AA. They had it at the end of the game, but he also bought back at that one point. Maybe if he played a little bit more greedy, because they needed more spread damage output. I feel like Void is just not enough. He always got controlled by duels. He got hooked out and then just dueled right back in. It's like, what are you gonna do about that?
Yeah,
I mean,
that was kind of funny just watching the Void. Tunnel vision right back in, yeah.
So the first 20 minutes was just like, we're going to farm faster than they can kill. They died a fair amount, but they just farmed faster than they could keep them down. So
I mean, and Ash actually didn't die that much. 11, 2, and 8. He was relatively untouched. He had a lot of space.
He was hindered a lot in this farm, though. So I think Leviathan, they either commit harder to early game aggression, and I mean, Navi US's teamwork is just not that good. Like how much of a clean fight did we see them put up? Like, clean team fight execution was not how they won that game. It was just a super stack Tiny. So either they draft more late game and out late game a Tiny, or whatever they have to throw, or they draft more early game, I'd say. Either one of those. Or like just go 5-man and push up high ground.
Well, that's the fun of the best of 3. We'll see. Maybe Pugs will get banned out. Maybe the Wisp.
They aren't scared, man.
They're scared.
They're not
they
scared.
look a little scared. All right. Well, we'll see coming into Game 2, guys. Thank you for joining us for the America playoffs here for the Summit 2 at G2A.com. Game 2 of Leviathan versus Navi US coming up next.